Jesse finds things funny because he picked a
Hey,
comedy. He picked a comedy. Um, Gentlemen Broncos, plural, from the year 2009.
9.
See, this seemed, not that we're going to get into it now, but this seemed like a 2004 film to me.
Right, right.
Not a 2009 film. A little late with the kind of humor. Before I forget, it did try to be more like a Wes Anderson film.
Mm.
I saw some Wes Anderson stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
But we could talk about that later. What's going on with you?
Well, I just watched Gentlemen Broncos.
Yeah.
Um, you know, going to work, doing the same old daily grind. Hey, you ever watch a show called Postman Pat?
Yeah, it's Black and White Cat.
Okay, just checking.
Um, yeah, that was kind of a big joke around the house when I first got this job because we grew up on Postman Pat, a children's show. So my mom would say it to me, "Oh, Postman Pat and his Black and White Cat." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I kind of remember that. It was like a
Just,
Pingu type show, right?
I wouldn't really say it's like Pingu. Do you mean in terms of like how it was made, like a stop motion sort of thing?
Well, just in like it came out at the same time, and like it was like a 15-minute show,
But
British.
Pingu was like there's no words. It's like, not.
It does like a little claymation.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Why do you ask?
just curious.
I have a Black and White Cat.
It's a banger of a theme song. I tell you that.
Yeah,
That's all I
yeah.
really wanted to say about that.
Watch any besides Postman Pat? Watch anything in the last 7 days?
I have not a thing.
Um,
Been meaning to watch the um, Wallace and Gromit movies. I just haven't done that yet. So that'll be coming up.
we watched a movie this weekend that was kind of like a Wallace and Gromit movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Brokeback Mountain. So that was
Mm.
cool. It's like the third time I've seen it, and it's a banger. Makes, well, literally and figuratively, it makes a lot of emotion. It should have won Best Picture.
Oh yeah,
It lost Best Picture to a podcast movie we did,
it's Shakespeare in Love.
Crash.
Crash. That's right. A terrible fucking movie, but
Yeah,
Brokeback Mountain, a very good movie. I do like that
yeah, it
movie.
was good. Filmed in the Rockies.
Yeah.
I learned that.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Yeah, and he dies.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll do a week's worth of Jeopardy at some point in this episode. I've already ripped them. They've been pre-ripped, so you're not gonna get
Smart man.
the ripping. I know that bugs you so much. But this week I learned of a new show, a new Jeopardy show called Pop Culture Jeopardy. You heard of
Mm-hmm.
that one?
No.
Colin Jost is the host. It's on Amazon Prime.
Colin Jost.
Colin Jost.
Oh, Colin.
He's on SNL and is married to Scarlett Johansson.
Mm.
And he's the host. He does a decent job. And it's pop culture and it's pretty easy. Pretty easy. I think you'd enjoy it
Mm.
if you know pop culture at all. Some deep cuts.
I know some movies and some shows, but I don't watch shows. Just to be clear. So if there was ever any television questions, I wouldn't get those.
Yeah, some television questions, some music questions, some like Twitter, TikTok, so that kind of stuff. It's like a millennial Gen Z
Who won the
Jeopardy.
first season of Survivor?
Yeah, it'd be something like that. Richard Hatch. Who is Richard Hatch? Who is Rudy? May he rest in peace. He
Rudy?
didn't win. Well, Rudy, he was like third. He's the old man
Right. Oh, Rudy. Yes.
because
I remember
he
now.
was like he's like obviously an old soul,
Yeah,
and Richard Hatch gay. So then they kind of came together for an
they
unlikely
did.
alliance because
They
I
did.
accept you, little gay boy.
Little gay boy?
He said.
Yeah.
Sue
Well,
ha- or Sue's on that season. Like it's a pretty good season. Pretty Truck Driver Sue, great season.
Yep, that was a good first season.
Kelly was second, I think.
Started a phenomenon. Let's put it that way.
I think the second straight episode used the word phenomenon.
Phenomenon. I know what you're talking about.
What am I talking about?
You know what you're talking about. Take a look. How do you hear me? Do you have like AirPods in?
Yeah.
AirPods. Are those real AirPods?
Yeah, they're real Apple AirPods.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're like 5 years old.
Damn, baller. What kind of mug are you drinking out of?
It's my Victoria Royals mug. I bought. Okay, here's the story. Thank you for asking. And this is fitting because tomorrow I'm going to Vancouver to watch a hockey game with my brother. But I bought him tickets to a Victoria Royals game, like, I don't know, 6 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they came in this mug. It was like a 2 tickets, and then it was like, I don't know, like a plushie or something in the mug. And so I kept the mug and gave him the tickets.
So it came in the mug like it was like a promotional thing or something?
Yeah, you get a mug and like a puck or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And he didn't want the mug? Oh, right, you said he kept it. He didn't know about the mug.
I kept it. And I just got this. I don't know if you can see this.
A cat.
No, don't worry about the cat, but it's so I just talked about the Victoria Royals, and then I just got a message from Victoria Royals saying they just invited me to their official Royals chat.
Yeah. Phones are always listening.
That is crazy.
Always listening.
Anyways, I haven't been sleeping well. So.
Oh.
I find that, not to hijack this conversation that we're having, but I find that when I'm tired or sick, I run my mouth a lot. I just don't stop talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very self-aware of that.
Okay.
It's great for a podcast, but
that's an interesting observation and an interesting fact that's happening to you. I wonder what the science behind that is.
I don't know. I get tired or sick, and it's like I'm a one-man comedy show. I'm just always talking, and hopefully something sticks.
Mm-hmm. Always saying funny stuff. Like some little gay boy.
I was quoting Rudy from season 1, Survivor.
Oh, that was a quote.
I lied to you.
I hate
Are you ready for question 1? Category is the planets.
Yep.
$1,200. This isn't the question, but would you say that you know much about the order of the planets?
Yes.
Could you name all 8 planets?
Yes. Easily.
Okay. Which is the 8th planet from the sun?
Okay. Well, the sun's a hot star, and Mercury's hot too. Venus is the brightest planet, and Earth is home to me and you. Mars is the red one, and Jupiter's most wide. Saturn's got those icy rings, and Uranus spins on its side. Neptune's really windy, and Pluto's really small. We wanted to name the planets, and now we've named them all. Neptune.
What is Neptune? Correct.
Yeah, piece of cake. Thank you, Blue's Clues, for that one.
Okay, here's another planet question. This one's for $2,000. A little harder. A little hard, but you have, it's out of 8 options. It's a 1 in 8 chance here.
It's probably not Neptune. And it's probably not Mars from the last week.
Probably not Neptune. Yeah, a good call. It's the only planet whose name does not come from Greco-Roman mythology. The
Earth.
Only planet whose name does not come from Earth is correct. Good job. And we'll do one more, and then we'll jump into the movie. Or if you want to talk about something else.
Well, let's do one more and see where the conversation goes.
Yeah, see where the conversation goes. We're only at 10 minutes, so.
Yeah.
We changed the category to languages.
Okay.
You know many languages?
I've taken Spanish in school. I took a Latin class in university. That's about it.
So you used to work at a grocery store owned by an Asian family, nice or not, unsure.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of Mandarin spoken,
But
a lot of
actually, like,
Cantonese
yeah,
spoken.
it was mostly Cantonese actually, but a few of the people who worked there spoke Mandarin as well.
Okay, well, here's a language question for you. After Mandarin, it is
Yeah.
the most, it has more first language speakers than any other language in the world. So I guess what's second most after Mandarin?
Second most after Mandarin. My guess is Hindi.
It is not Hindi. Do you have a second guess?
Um, Arabic.
No. Spanish. Spanish.
Oh, that makes sense.
I wouldn't have guessed Spanish probably in a million years, but it makes sense. It does make sense.
Okay, well, fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, Spanish. That is a great segue because the movie of the week this week comes from Jared Hess, who did Nacho Libre, which is a
Mm.
Spanish word.
Yes, very true. Yeah. Nacho Libre in his glory days, let's say.
So this is like a part of a trilogy, I guess, kind of. Not Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, and then Gentlemen Broncos. Definitely third place.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Um,
Yeah. It felt like it was reaching for some former glory.
yeah,
That
it tried some stuff.
it
Much like
did.
your name on here, Wet Hand Massage. That's when I kind of knew things were gonna be a less, a little less.
Yeah,
'Cause that went on forever.
it did. Sure did. Although I did actually end up laughing out loud at that when he started moaning in her ear while he was also giving her a hand massage. I thought that was kind of funny.
I'm very curious to see how you like this movie because A, you don't like comedies,
Right.
and it was a little. Some was a little gross comedy,
Mm,
some potty humor,
yes.
but you do like Nacho Libre, and I'm sure you like Napoleon Dynamite. So, how do you like the film? What do you think of it?
Well, I will say of the three, Nacho Libre is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. That's not a
Yeah,
mystery. Talked about that before.
not a mystery.
Napoleon Dynamite I also think is good. What I think those movies are especially good at is being like they're funny, but they're really low low key and like not trying too hard, in my opinion. Napoleon Dynamite, most of all, it's the least try hardy of the comedies. Of the three, I mean. But this one felt like it was trying a little too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And when like you swing big and miss, it really doesn't land. I think that happened at least a few times.
Right,
Um,
but I will say there were some things I didn't laugh at. This wasn't
yeah,
like
no,
the worst movie I've ever seen.
no. It wasn't. I wouldn't even say. I wouldn't say it was a bad movie. I just wouldn't say it was particularly great. But
Yeah,
there were some things I liked, and I did laugh. But I felt like maybe it was just trying too hard. Some parts.
yeah. I mean, there was one star, Jermaine Clement. I liked everything he did in this movie.
Hmm.
He made me laugh the most. Sam Rockwell as well.
Yes.
Every other scene that didn't have those two in it, you know, Mike White as I don't even know what his name was, but the actor, he he was good too. Jennifer Coolidge a little calmed down from her
Hmm.
normal. So I mean, this makes sense. Um, you haven't seen The White Lotus
No.
TV show. Jennifer Coolidge is in both seasons of that. Mike White created and wrote it. So I mean,
Yeah.
I guess there's that connection. So that was cool to see. But yeah, Jermaine Clement, I mean, hilarious. Like the name when they were coming up with where he was trying to change their names of their main characters. Thought
Yeah.
that scene was just silly and funny, and that's kind of what I wanted to see more.
Yeah. I also liked the running bit where he had a Bluetooth earpiece in his ear the whole time, but he kept picking up the phone, put it into his
Right.
other ear.
Right. Yeah.
I did like that. But yes, his character. I did like his character, and it was. Yeah, I definitely agree. When the stars were on the screen, it definitely was like, oh, this has gotten better now. And when they
Yeah.
weren't, it was kind of like definitely detracting. I thought, especially actually, I liked Sam Rockwell's part's the best.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a second for me.
Mhm.
But I liked what he was doing
Yeah,
as both characters.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
yeah, a comedy, just like you wanted. Oh, I hadn't even thought of well, no, I have a movie for next week. Never mind.
Okay.
There I
Whew.
go again. Um,
Just rambling on the old sickness talk.
it's nothing like this movie, but um, yeah, it was it was hard. It was hard to kind of to wonder if I liked or didn't like this movie. Like where I still don't know what I'm going to score it
Hmm.
because like it was good at some parts, not so good other parts. What was that ending? A little convenient, little comedy convenient ending, but
Yeah, I did. What was I gonna say? I like the music,
yes,
not as much as Nacho Libre. Soundtrack of Nacho
I
Libre
like
is
the
pretty
movie.
excellent. But I did also really not like. Well, potty humor. I would say I'm not like a huge fan of, as you know.
Yeah.
And also, there was that scene where like he threw up, and then that girl went up and kissed him,
Yes.
and that made
Yeah.
me physically like. I did not like that at all. That was
I
horrible.
mean, kudos to the actor. Though I mean, he kept a straight face through a lot of the weird stuff.
Yeah,
They put him through a lot.
yeah. What did you think of the main character?
The child.
Yeah, well, he wasn't really a child. I mean, he's
Well,
supposed
I
to be
don't know, like
playing one, I guess.
a high school student or something.
Something like that. Benjamin.
Benjamin. I mean, that's kind of he was the one who kind of made it feel like they're trying to do like a Wes Anderson thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because he, I guess, just reminded me of somebody who would be in a Wes Anderson movie. The kind of stuff that they're putting him through. I mean, I wasn't in love with the guy and his
Yeah,
character. But it wasn't. I didn't have like too negative of an opinion. It
yeah.
was meh for me. MEH.
And that's another thing too that made me think of Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite is I think what really drives those two movies is the main character. Although in Napoleon Dynamite, some of the side characters are very good too. But
Pedro.
yeah, but and his brother, is that his brother that he lives with?
You mean like? Oh yeah, his brother and then the uncle.
Yeah, yeah. But
I think it's his brother.
yeah, I think so. And in Nacho Libre, Jack Black obviously gives a very, that's his prime Jack Black.
Right.
And in this one, I mean, yeah, there was good characters around him, but it's weird. It was weird having him as the main character. It didn't have a very main character energy.
Yes. It reminded me maybe just because you kind of look like him, but no, I can't even think of the movie that I'm here. One second. There's a movie like a movie where a guy's like interviewing a band, Almost Famous. It reminded me of Almost Famous a little bit,
Hmm.
just because like there's a lot of good characters, good actors around the main character, and he's like a lesser guy.
Hmm.
It's another crazy thing coming out of my brain.
I do agree with you that he was kind of like a character you would find in a Wes Anderson movie. I think that's a good way
Just
to
like
put it.
what they're making, like, and the backdrop maybe too,
Yeah,
the setting.
yeah.
Mm, what about like the movie, or I guess it's the book inside of the movie? How do you like that?
You like the Sam Rockwell parts, you mean?
Yeah,
I thought it was. an interesting way to tell the story, I guess. I don't know really how much it added to the plot, I suppose, but I mean, it was an interesting change of pace. That was the
Yeah.
that was the thing about this movie is like it didn't really. I don't know. The plot maybe was a little soft, I guess. I
Yeah.
mean, it is a comedy, but I don't know. Like in Nacho Libre, I mean, I'm obviously going to keep referencing these other movies that Jared Hess has done, but Nacho Libre, like where the story is going, and it all builds up to something, and it delivers at the end. Whereas this movie doesn't really feel like it builds up to much. It's like, oh yeah, he's probably going to confront him at some point about the book,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, he does, and then is that like a satisfying ending? I don't know. It just didn't really feel like it.
No, it happened so fast too.
Yeah,
Um, but no, not satisfying and very convenient. Just his mom just happened to have these copyrighted manuscripts
yeah,
as proof that he stole. Like, oh, okay, great.
yeah.
It's comedy. Has he done anything? Jared has done anything after these?
Um,
The music was good. Like the 2525 song, very catchy.
yep, it's true.
They got carried on Wayward Son at the end. Which I'm like, well, how do they do that?
Yeah, some movie called Masterminds.
Oh
He
yeah.
directed that with Zach
Oh,
Galifianakis and Owen Wilson.
he's doing the Minecraft movie
Oh, really?
as a director, but he didn't write it. So maybe that's.
Interesting choice. That's a movie for kids.
I mean, Jack Black's in it.
That's true, but he's way past his prime. Let's be real.
Jennifer Coolidge as well. Um, is he? Is Jack Black past his prime?
Definitely.
Hmm.
He's in every movie he's in is lately is horrible. Like Jumanji, and he played that. He was like in that freaking what the hell? Goosebumps movie, wasn't he? And some
Um, yeah, we did a David Trimmer movie recently. Your last movie.
yeah,
He's in the new. I don't know if it's a show or a movie. The Goosebumps must be a show. But he plays like a dad.
David Schwimmer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um, he. I mean, Jack Black was Bowser in Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
He did. He did a song in that, and apparently did really well. I don't know if Bowser. I just haven't seen the movie. The movie wasn't very good, I hear, but like for children.
Yes, he's a children's actor now.
Sure, Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
He's not doing Orange County. Another
No
another
Orange
podcast movie that you wanted to do.
Orange County, Be Kind, Rewind, High Fidelity,
Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal, Nacho Libre. You know.
Yeah, sure. He had his prime. You're right. He was in it.
Yep.
I was just paying the bills.
He is. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's look at some trivia.
Bernie. He was in a good movie called Bernie.
I don't think this movie was filmed in Vancouver, so that kind of ruined the streak we were on.
It does ruin the streak. Looked like it was. Well, yeah. Was it supposed to be filmed like in, or supposed to be set in like Utah or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, solid movie, I guess. I don't know if I'd ever watch it again. It's not really a comedy that I'm like itching to get back in on that.
No. No. Whereas his other two, I think definitely have rewatchability. I've seen Nacho Libre probably 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, I remember Napoleon Dynamite. Um, we I watched it a few times in middle school, and they actually, you know how during like Christmas time, they just put on a movie in school.
Right.
They chose one year it was Napoleon Dynamite, and then another year it was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hell yeah. You went to a
We're
cool school.
we're children. Napoleon Dynamite, that's crazy for middle school kids.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen it, so.
Well, it's not. I don't know. It's not like an R movie. I don't know what it is.
Certainly not. PG-13. It's got to be.
Could be PG-13. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
No.
Okay. Well, you want to do scores?
Yeah, I think I'm ready for some scores on this one.
All right. Well, how do you like the acting?
Acting was not too bad, especially from the bigger names. They were good, for sure.
Yep.
And then a classic, sort of the less important characters who did get some of them some decent amount of screen time, maybe not as great. But I mean, there's not too much bad, really, I can say about the acting. I'd give it maybe like a 7. It was fine. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Jermaine Clement. I really liked his role. That was a great character. If he was in the movie more, it would have made a big difference to me. Sam Rockwell was great. I don't know why they agreed to do this movie, but maybe they thought, Nacho Libre was big. Maybe this will be big. I mean, 2009, Jermaine Clement was really only known for. He hadn't really done many movies, I don't think, besides Eagle versus Shark. And then obviously Flight of the Conchords, but it's not like he's a famous dude in America.
Yeah, no, not at that point. Flight of the Conchords was a thing, though, at that point. So.
Yeah, they were great. Everybody else were fine. Everybody else was like at a 5, and they were probably at a 8. So you meet in the middle, 6.5. 6.5 out of 10.
Okay. When did Dinner for Schmucks come out?
If I had to guess, 2007. 2007, Dinner for Schmucks, a movie I've never seen.
Feels like more of like a 2011 type thing. 2010.
Oh, well.
Jermaine Clement is in that, and I was wondering if this was before that, but evidently not.
Turns out he turned around and did it right afterwards.
Yep. Fair enough. Oh, a little mute of the cough. I like that.
Thanks. I've learned from the best. Okay, what do we do next? We do ending next?
Yep.
Yeah, this had so much potential for a great ending, confrontation wise. Dude gets his book stolen by kind of a whiny little Jermaine Clement, who's probably stolen more books over his life, and he's finally getting his comeuppance, but it just doesn't happen. It's just a little climax.
Yeah.
Which it could have been so much more, very quick. Everything happens so quick, and then the convenience of, oh, I have all of your books, so that you can sue him and prove that he stole your work. 3 out of 10 for me for ending.
Wow.
I know.
3.
Harsh.
3. It's harsh. It's harsh, man. Yeah, I mean, the ending did feel rushed. And like I was saying, the whole movie didn't feel like it was building to any. Well, I could see where the ending was supposed to be going, and it did kind of do it, but didn't really deliver much. It was kind of like a nothing ending, really. So, yeah, I guess your harshness is justified. I don't know, maybe I give it like a 4 or something. Sure. 4.
Okay, so nice. But if you had to score the movie out of 10, for overall, thinking about everything,
Yeah.
how do you score it, you think?
Um. Yeah, I think this is just kind of like an average movie. It was pretty funny, not overly funny. Had its good moments, some moments I wasn't crazy about. I think it just averages out to a 5. Give this one a 5 out of 10.
So you liked Eagle versus Shark better.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, easily.
Hmm. I was thinking higher. I was thinking that overall it was good, but how good was it? It's between a 5 and a 6 for me, but I'm thinking higher than 5.5. So I'm going to go 6. We're
Okay.
going 6. It was better than just a mediocre movie. I did laugh, so it deserves a little bit of extra
Okay.
from me. 6 out of 10. Still, though, the worst movie of the year for us. It's going downhill. Big Nothing's still number 1. Fear number 2.
I
Gentlemen
mean, I could
Broncos.
just pick good movies. I mean, there's usually a fairly good consensus on what the good movies are. I could just pick one. But I want to pick
Yeah,
movies that are talked about, not talked about as much, such as Big Nothing and Gentlemen Broncos, and whatever the
sure,
first
sure,
movie
sure.
I picked was. Or was that it? The first movie I picked this year was Big Nothing?
Yeah, it's the 15th of January, so we've only done 3.
Good point. Yep.
Um, the movie that I'm going to pick next won't be at the top of the list. Um,
Awesome.
it was actually a movie that was brought to my attention. I'll have to Google it via Instagram Reels.
That's how I came across Gentlemen Broncos.
I've also been watching a lot. This is unrelated. I've been watching a lot of Northern Lions Cineton Nurdles that he's been doing,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and we're getting a few podcast movies on there. I don't think I do very good, um, but it's fun to watch him do well. His good
I
knowledge.
I've been playing that actually. I didn't. I was going
Really?
to mention that, but I never did. I played it. Played it quite a bit, like 3 or 4 days ago,
Yeah,
and I think my record right now is like 21 wins and like 16 losses or something.
pretty good.
11, 11, 20, 11, 30 YOLO or something like that. It is a very fun game to play. You run into some people who clearly, you know, they got a lot of time on their hands. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
But it is fun thinking up. You know, everyone has their little paths that they like to go to, and I'm just waiting for the day that someone plays Rat Race on me because I know exactly what I'm going to do. But anyway, what were you saying about the Instagram reels?
Um, well, just one last question on that for you.
Okay.
What is your genre?
Uh, I used to start with just making it random, so it would just
Yeah.
pick when I. But now I've gone to romance.
Oh, interesting.
It's definitely the easiest. Horror, I don't watch like you and I used to watch a lot of horror movies, but they were always movies that came out like in the 80s and 90s or whatever.
Mhm.
But when people are playing a lot of like modern movies, nobody in
Yeah,
those are in those horror movies, and I just
sure.
haven't seen a lot of modern horror movies. So
You should watch The Substance. It's pretty good. We are watching a horror movie next week. Uh,
cool.
it is, well, it's horror crime from the year 1969. The film is called The Eye of the Cat, and
Oh,
the the clip that I saw was just a cat or multiple cats just attacking somebody. Um, it attacked a lady in a wheelchair, and it like caused her to wheelchair towards like down a hill towards traffic, and then a
yeah.
guy saved her before a car came and hit the wheelchair. It just
I
looks
saw that.
so. Yeah, you saw the same thing.
I did. I saw that same reel.
It just seems so ridiculous that I'm like, yeah, this seems like a perfect podcast movie.
That seems
It's
like a
gotta
movie that's going to be free on YouTube.
that I'm looking that up right now. Like, it's got to be free on YouTube, and it is. It seems like
Eye of the Cat, full movie. An hour and 12 minutes.
It's an hour and 41 minutes,
Okay.
but it is free on YouTube. Just search The Alley Cat 1969 and it comes up. And yeah, there's the girl in the wheelchair.
Perfect.
Easy peasy.
Shampoo squeezy.
Maybe I'll watch that on the ferry tomorrow.
There you go. That's a good way to pass a ferry trip time.
I am the cat 1969. It seems ridiculous. It seems like it's gonna be just like that weird horror movie you picked last year. Ooh, Carnival of Souls.
Yeah.
Because there's also a 60s horror movie.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm excited about that one. And I'm excited for you to be going to your hockey game.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hopefully it doesn't rain. 1988.
Yeah, the rain really ruins those outdoor hockey games.
Well, I gotta get there. The Eye of the Cat. 1969. Okay, perfect. Wow, so much time to kill. This might be a shorter episode, just like you like it.
Yeah.
Oh, these are the ones we've already done. Let's see how many we have here. We have 4 questions left.
Okay.
We'll take our time.
Sure.
I don't know the answers beforehand. I just ripped them off, looking at them for the first time. The category is websites for $200. So that seems like a gimme. We're starting on Monday, January the 13th.
Okay.
That was 2 days ago. Today's 1 second. I know this one already, but let me see if you know it. Launched in 2001. Its logo resembles a globe made up of jigsaw puzzle pieces. Globe made up of jigsaw puzzle pieces.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. I use that every podcast episode. Okay, what
Are we
is
sure
it?
Eye of the Cat is a real movie?
Yeah.
Eye of the...
It has a Wikipedia.
Oh, here
It's
it
a
is.
1969 American horror film.
I got it now.
It's the person who wrote it is the same person who wrote the screenplay for Psycho. So, could be good.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't looked up. 29% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.1 on IMDb, which is very similar to the movie we watched for this episode. I've already forgotten. Gentlemen Broncos. Websites for $600. I know this one.
Okay.
I think. But I'd be curious to know, since you're online a lot. This website, known for quizzes and listicles, real word, had a news division from 2011 to 2023. Website known for quizzes and listicles. So I think that's just lists. They put a lot of lists out there. Had a news division from 2011 to 2013, 2023. I can't help it. It's BuzzFeed.
Oh.
What is BuzzFeed? They'll do
Okay.
that lists. They had a news. BuzzFeed News, I guess. Okay. Don't know this one other. Websites for 1,000. It's cool because we're online right now and we're talking about websites which are online.
Crazy.
In commercials, Dr. Neil Clark Warren touted this dating site's 29 dimensions of compatibility. In commercials, so you might have watched TV, seen a commercial. This guy says in the commercial that this dating website has 29 dimensions of compatibility.
I have a guess.
We take guesses here.
My guess is eHarmony.
eHarmony, that's a great guess. I think you're right. I would bet some money on eHarmony. What is eHarmony? Good job.
Yes.
Wow, so good. $1,000 into your pocket. We have a new category
Okay.
for our last one. That one is today. It's tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow. Well, today, if you're listening, tomorrow for us, Thursday, January the 16th. 3-letter words.
Okay.
3-letter words.
I know lots of
Yeah.
those.
Okay. A teacher's favorite or a teacher's ferret, perhaps.
A pet.
What is pet? You're right. Good job. We have 3-letter words waiting for us when we come back next week.
This episode was brought to you by Blues Clues and Postman Pat.
Why Blues Clues?
That's where My Planet song came from.
Oh.
That's how I remember all the planets in the order that they're in.
Oh. Gotcha. Okay, well, anything else you want to talk about?
Anything else I want to talk about? Who do you think's winning the Super Bowl?
I hope anybody but Kansas City.
That's pretty much what I'm hoping for.
The Ravens. You know,
Yeah.
doesn't love a good Lamar Jackson.
Did he end up winning the MVP of the regular season?
They haven't announced that yet. He
Oh.
won last year, though. So he won last year. I don't watch much football, but what I do know is that he won last year. But this year, he had better numbers than last year.
Right.
So you think he would win again, but who knows?
People are saying maybe the Buffalo quarterback. What the hell's that guy's name?
Josh
Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah. People are saying maybe him.
Sure.
Man, I don't know. Who are the Canucks playing when you go?
Have you read the news lately?
Maybe.
Do you know what's going on in the world?
Yeah, why?
Name a news story that's capturing, besides anything to do with Donald Trump, a news story that's capturing the world.
California wildfires?
Yep.
Oh, you're playing the California wildfires?
Well, where specifically in California are the fires raging?
The Palisades.
Which is a part of what city?
L.A.
Yeah, they play LA. Los Angeles.
Okay.
I have something funny to tell you.
Oh,
well, it's funny to us because.
Okay. Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah.
It's funny to us because we weren't there, but earlier this year, there was a hurricane that came through Florida, Tampa Bay specifically. It did a lot of damage. It ripped a roof off of the baseball stadium, so they had to play somewhere else. But the Tampa Bay hockey team, the Lightning, they had a game postponed because of the hurricane. The game that they had postponed, they were playing the Carolina Hurricanes.
Okay.
Funny. So the LA Fires that are happening right now, they postponed a game. The LA Kings in Los Angeles, they were playing the Calgary Flames.
That is hilarious.
There's been 2 games postponed this season. Those 2 games, and just happens to be Hurricanes and Flames. What are the odds?
What are the odds? Flames, hurricanes. It rhymes as well. Planes. Imagine if there was a team in New York.
Oh.
And there was I'm just going to leave it at that. You know where I'm going with that.
There's a team in New York called the Jets.
You're totally right. Anyway, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to cut the episode 5 minutes short.
Crazy. Unheard of.
We're sick. It's the middle of the week. We need a break.
I'm not sick. I've had like dust allergies the last couple of days. But I'm not sick at all.
Yeah, I thought it was allergies too, and then I woke up and Well, I haven't been sleeping well, and I woke up I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to work today. So I called in. Oh, okay. I'll tell you. I'll tell you about the conversation I had today.
Okay.
So I got my phone out 7 a.m. Called work, and I was like, I can't come in today. I'm sick, taking a sick day. And then she was like, oh, I see you. You also have personal days. You're taking off Thursday and Friday
Right.
because
A
I'm
little
going to Vancouver.
suspicious.
Yeah, and I'm like, I promise you, this is unrelated. You can hear me. I'm a little sick. It's unrelated. But we don't have sick days at the post office. We just have personal days. I had to take a personal day today, even though I was sick.
Right. How many personal days you get?
We get 13 a year. So I have 7 left, I think.
Okay. You've already used 6 personal days?
A year goes from uh, July to July.
I see. Okay. That makes sense. At my work, we get we get 18 paid sick days. And we also get personal days, paid personal days. But it's a little it's not really spelled out what you're allowed to use those for at my work, but just a ton of paid days off. And people at my work utilize it. People are away all the time.
Oh, how many vacation days do you get?
You start off with 20.
Yeah,
So a month.
20. Right, because you just take you don't take whole weeks off. You bid for or not bid, but you ask for days off. So
Yep.
you can take 4 days off. You can take 2 days off. You don't have to take a whole week.
You don't have to, no.
Yeah, because we have to take weeks. So I end up getting 15 technically vacation days.
Yeah.
And Megan's the same as you. She gets 20, and she can just take whatever day she wants.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be. And we're the villains, anyways. Postman. Okay. Well, thank you so much again. Episode 116. Who would have thought? Where we've hit 3 years.
It's a lot of
16 episodes.
It's a big number.
One of these days,
still going strong.
Listening.
Yeah, we're gonna blow up, and people are gonna be thrilled to see our back catalog. It's like, wow, I have so many hours of great Jesse and Josh, Your Mother and My Dog content.
Yeah, luckily we enjoy doing this, and not for anybody else. Otherwise, this wouldn't work.
No, we would have been done for ages ago.
Yeah, cool. And look, we've almost hit 50 minutes.
It's amazing. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening this fine evening, and I hope everyone has a great week. If you're in Victoria, stay bundled up and warm over the weekend. It's kind of cold. And Happy New Year as well. Throw that in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be like minus something this weekend.
Yeah.
Brr.